maybe I got ripped off on my calcium sulfate, my food grade gypsum. I have a feeling that my gypsum is crapsum. All right, we're back. It's tofu time. I got my nut bags. You're a nut bag. I am warming up my soy milk that I made the other day. And so it's been in the fridge for like 3 days. I think it's been 3 days. I can't believe how incredibly thick this homemade soy milk is. I didn't strain it, but I think I have to for this tofu application. So yeah, let me get this heated up because that has to be warm. I did look at a couple recipes on how to make tofu. So we're gonna see how it goes. I went with calcium sulfate, also known as gypsum. So if you search around for how to make homemade tofu recipes, you're gonna find that some people use lemon juice, some people use vinegar, some people use nigari, which is, I don't even know what that is. I have to look that up because I can't remember. But I decided to go for gypsum, and I can't remember why I decided to go for the gypsum over the nigari, but I did, and it came, and I think I'm ready. So we're gonna try it. I am also going to try it with some carton soy milk and see what the difference is between homemade soy milk versus carton soy milk. So we're gonna try it 2 ways. I'm all set up and I'm ready with my 1 nut bag over this container because I have to ladle in the curds when it's ready. I think I'm gonna mold my tofu into this because it's sort of like the only square thing that I have. I've already mixed my gypsum with the recommended amount of water based on the recipe that I'm using, and I'll link to the recipe that I'm using. But first, what I really need to do is strain this soy milk, and I don't know why I'm feeling some kind of way about doing that. It's so thick and delicious. Well, it wasn't really delicious at all. If you watch that video, I was like, ooh, this is gross. But yeah, it's so thick and lovely. So I'm feeling like if I strain it, it's gonna get weird. But I do have to strain it to make this tofu, so that's the first thing we have to do. And man, this nut bag sure is nutty. I mean, like nothing's really coming out. See, it's like dripping, just drips. And it's really hot. So, because I had to get it hot again. So when I try to do that, it's burning my hands. I suppose I'm supposed to be patient and let this hang so that the stuff drips. But I don't have a lot of patience because I want to make my tofu. This should have been tacked on to the other video, the end of the soy milk chaos from the other day, but I didn't have my nut bags yet, so I never strained the soy milk with that video. So if you watch that video, it's like totally incomplete because I never did strain the soy milk, but who knew it was gonna be this madness? Thought I was just gonna strain it. Oh, I should have just got some cheesecloth. This is annoying. This whole process is annoying. This better be delicious like they say it is. They say that homemade tofu, there's no comparison to store-bought. Like, this is gonna be the most amazing experience ever that I've ever tasted. So far, it's been pretty annoying. What not to do with Gretchen's Vegan Bakery. Instead of how to, all my titles are gonna be how not to. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, it's hot in here. This is hot, I'm hot. All right, so it's like kind of lukewarm now, and what the recipe said was that you do want to get your soy milk hot before you add the coagulant. So we're going to do that. We're going to add the coagulant. The curds are going to separate from the whey. We're going to ladle off the curd into, so I don't need that anymore, into the moldable thing that you're using. See, I don't like the idea of the nut bag for this. I should have got cheesecloth. Like, what is the deal? I could cut this. I could cut it and then lay it in. Should I cut it? I used to have cheesecloth. I don't know where it is, but I do have a ladle. You know what? One of my awesome viewers, Johnny Lee, unbelievable supporter of me. He said his family, his Asian family, uses t-shirt cloths, like just regular cloths. if I should try that. Rather than cutting my nut bag. We're gonna do it. Babe, if you're watching this, I'm using your t-shirt. He has so much clothes anyway. My boyfriend has so much clothes, it's unbelievable. Look, this still even has the tag on. He's never even worn this t-shirt. He's got clothes from like when he was 20 years old and now he's 50. Like seriously? Are you gonna wear a Z Cavaricci shirt ever again in your life? Get rid of it. Love you, babe. Crop top from the 80s. See, it won't go to waste. I can actually wear this. Well, maybe not. All right, Johnny, should I keep it doubled up like this or single? All right, let's try it. Whew. It is so hot in here. Oh my God. All right, let's do a real quick rundown of what we have to do with this recipe because I have no idea. All right, hot soy milk, check. Let it sit 2 minutes, check. Add the coagulant in 3 phases while mixing in a Z pattern. Phase 1. Z for Zorro. Okay, it's not doing anything. Phase 2. Sprinkle the second third over the top. How do you sprinkle? And then don't stir it. Let it stand covered for 3 minutes. All right, phase 3. Add the remaining just on the surface and gently stir just on the top. Whatever all that means. How do you sprinkle, first of all, a liquid? And how do you just put it on the top, second of all? People at home who've already made tofu, they're watching me and they're like wanting to jump through the screen going, oh my God, let me just do it for you. What is wrong with you? Gently stir just on the surface. Okay. Nothing still seems to be happening. You know, I read this too somewhere on a Facebook thread where somebody was like, it wasn't coagulating, I kept putting more and more. I don't know if they used the gypsum or the nagari though. They were like, it just wasn't coagulating. Well, you know what? I'll put in more. And then other people were like, just use lemon juice. It's totally fine. See, like I've made ricotta cheese before I was vegan from cow milk. And you basically just brought the milk to a boil and then added in lemon juice and it coagulated and separated the curd from the whey. So it's interesting that they're saying for this not to have this thing boiling, to actually just have it hot. So, I'm gonna put more. Or maybe I should just stick to buying the tofu and buying the soy milk. No, we're not giving up. All right, literally nothing is happening. I'm putting all of that in. It still looks like soy milk. Like nothing is happening at all. Maybe I got ripped off on my calcium sulfate, my food grade gypsum. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Well, I'm not satisfied with this. I'm getting tired. I think I'm getting grumpy too. This tofu's making me grumpy. I need chocolate. I need more chocolate. All right, it's almost coming to a boil and still nothing is happening. I need more chocolate. It's still doing nothing. Let me see. It's really doing nothing. So I'm ditching this project. That was my homemade soy milk. I decided that I'm going to give my store-bought soy milk a try and I'm gonna follow Miyoko's recipe. She does it a little differently. She said bring it up to a boil, then let it be on a simmer while you add your coagulant, which is what I kind of thought made sense to begin with. But I'm telling you, this was Andrea Nugent. That was her recipe. And she had all of these like steps and be real gentle and don't put it on the heat. And so like that was that. So let's try Miyoko's recipe. And I made another coagulant. We're gonna try to see if this gypsum works again for this one. So if it doesn't work for the store-bought, we'll know that it's probably this. If it does work for the store-bought, then we'll know that maybe my soy milk was a dud, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's possible. If you saw that chaos, it totally could be a dud. But she also says just to use half of the amount of the coagulant at first. So let's see what happens there, Miyoko. And she wasn't like, be gentle at all. She was like, just put it in. It's my kind of recipe. I have a feeling that my gypsum is crapsum. Hey, I'm getting some curd. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, hi, Curdy. The Curdy. Curdy in the house. There we go. All right, well, the verdict is my soy milk recipe. Look at that. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can totally see that. It's like, it looks like dirty dishwater with chunks in it. All right, so once it separates and the whey is clear with a yellow tint, yep, got it. No milkiness. Ooh, look at them curds. Strain it, drain it, weight it, eat it. Yeah, Johnny Lee and the T-shirt gang. Looks like tofu scramble already. All right, so. Johnny, don't let your family see this video. They're gonna be like, boy, you gave that girl money, are you crazy? All right, so. All right, so I'm gonna transfer it to my nut bag just because I think I should not have doubled up on the t-shirt. Although I love this idea, I think I shouldn't have doubled it. I now do it this way. There's my curd. There's my tofu. It's such a small amount. That was 4 cups of soy milk, and it only made like half a pound, I'd say. It looks like not even 8 ounces of tofu. This better taste delicious. I didn't add salt to it either. Like, none of these recipes really said to do that. I mean, Miyoko's did say that. Flavored tofu. After most of the whey has drained, add your favorite flavorings to the curd. Oh, good, so I'm not too late. I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt to it, I think. First, let me taste it just the way it is. Tastes like nothing. I'm the only one eating this. Definitely better with salt. I'll be honest. I mean, tofu doesn't taste like much of anything anyway. You guys know that. And that's why people hate it so much, because they feel like it doesn't taste like anything and it has a weird texture. But it does take on like marinades and whatever it is you're cooking with. So just that little taste. At first I was like, it tastes like nothing. Added the salt. It actually tastes really good. It's different. It's hard to explain how this tastes. One person wrote, the homemade tofu is the difference between homemade mozzarella and the rubbery stuff you get in the store. So like if you guys remember eating homemade or fresh mozzarella and how that texture and taste was compared to like the congealed rubbery block of mozzarella when we used to eat cheese. I'm just giving you kind of a comparison, and that's a good analogy. That is kind of the difference. I'm tasting that already. But let me finish draining this. I do want to press this because I want mine to be a little bit more firm, and then we'll pick it up when I get there. It might be a week. I do like learning this way. As frustrating as it is, it's really the best way to learn what not to do. I mean, it's one thing to do a recipe and you nail it from the first time and you're like, yeah, woohoo, that was great. But look at all the mistakes that I've made along the way, right? And it's like, if I didn't learn the mistakes that I made, then I was just having luck, having success with the recipe, right? So that's how I've always felt about it. Mistakes are your best teachers. I've always said that. And so, I don't know. I think this is a cool style. Like, I'm definitely titling this video, How Not to Make Tofu, because nobody's doing that on YouTube. People are just putting out recipes and videos, and they're like, oh, it's so easy, and look at how great and wonderful. And then well, I shouldn't say normal people, but like regular people go ahead and attempt the recipe, and then they can't understand why they failed. So I can't be the only one having all of this trouble making tofu. And it is my first time, and now that I have seen the process and understand a lot of like what's what and what's doing what, the next time I go to make tofu, it's gonna be that much easier. Like, I know now next time it's gonna be like bada bing, bada boom, done and done. You know, I do have to revisit the soy milk though, because that's very interesting to me that the store-bought soy milk worked like a charm. I was thinking that this stuff was a dud and it was not good, but that's not true because it worked like a charm with the... That is so incredibly annoying to me. If you are a person who has that sort of a motor on a car, that could have been a motorcycle though. I don't know, I think it's because I'm old now. I am so incredibly annoyed by that kind of ruckus. So anyway, what I was saying was the store-bought soy milk worked like a charm, so this stuff isn't a dud, it actually works, but why didn't my homemade soy milk work? So that's very interesting to me. So what I am going to do is kind of rewind. I won't bring you guys along, I promise. But I am going to make the soy milk again and attempt this again with my homemade soy milk, because there's something weird there that happened. It doesn't make sense that my homemade soy milk didn't work. Who wants to volunteer to come clean up after me? All right, the moment of truth. Let's see how my firm homemade tofu came out. Oh my God, it's such a small amount. It's such a small amount. This is like, I gotta weigh this. I don't even think this is 4 ounces. It's staying together though, look at that. Feels firm. Wow, it's 4 1/4 ounces from 1 quart of soy milk. That's crazy. So, all right, here we go. Let's think about this. It makes total sense now to make this from your own soybeans, because 1 quart of soy milk is anywhere from like $2. Most of the time I get it for $2.50 to $3 for 1 quart of soy milk. And if it's only going to make 4 ounces of tofu, that's absolutely crazy. So here's where it makes sense to actually make your own soy milk from soybeans. I just have to master how to do that. It's driving me crazy that mine didn't work. So you know, tomorrow my project is going to be making more soy milk. I've already defrosted my soybeans, so I'm definitely going to figure this out. I'm not going to film it though. Oh my God, you guys, have you had enough of me and soy milk and soybeans for a lifetime? I know I have. But let's taste it. Oh my God, this is such a small, tiny, cute amount. Like, I could eat this in one mouthful. All right, let's see how it is. It's definitely firm. I'll tell you what, it's way firmer than that crap I've been getting, because I like firm tofu, so I always buy the firm variety of tofu. And lately it has just been falling apart, and I'm like, this is not firm tofu. I don't know what's going on. Let's taste this though. All right, they've got me. They've got me there. It is definitely better to make your own. I would never eat raw tofu like this out of the carton, because it just doesn't taste like anything. This is pretty good. I could definitely eat this plain, not even cooked. All right, homemade tofu, you've won my heart. I've got to figure out the homemade soy milk though, because if I was to try to make a pound of tofu from carton soy milk, it'd be like $12 for one package, and that's just insanity. So that's really good. Oh, I've got to master my homemade soy milk. All right, next project. I'll update you guys in the next vlog. You know that I will. That's good. All right, Miyoko. Thanks for your help. This is a great book, you guys, if you don't already have it. Not being sponsored, it's just really recommended. It's just a lot of really great recipes in here. And don't forget to get my cookbook too. I have a lot of really great recipes in my cookbook too, and I offer 24/7 support for anyone who's having any kind of problems with my recipes. All right, you guys, well, thanks a lot for watching. Coming along with me on my chaos kitchen. I am having so much fun with these vlogs. I really love that you guys are hanging out with me. I love all the comments. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this one. Especially from the people who have made their tofu before and is like, what on earth is she actually doing? This is craziness. This video actually is worth an unsubscribe. Not true. I think this video is worth a subscribe. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Definitely give me a like if you liked it. And share it with people that you think might benefit from a tutorial on how to not make tofu. All right, guys, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Oh yeah, one last thing. I keep forgetting. I don't forget. I always think about it when I'm doing the final edit. To thank all of my patrons. You guys are so awesome, and the fact that you have stuck around with me for this long, even when I thought I was shutting it all down a couple of months ago, you guys stuck around. Your support is so unbelievably needed, first of all, and welcomed and appreciated. So if you think you could support me and my channel to keep on going for as little as $1 a month, click the links below, check out my Patreon and my PayPal links too. All right, thanks again, you guys. I will see you soon. Every day that I decide I'm gonna film, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna torture them with like all this random thoughts and my workout and my cats and like all of this garden stuff. And like, I'm just gonna get to the recipe. Well, so much for that. You know what it is? I'm alone all day long, you guys, and I'm lonely. And you're my playmates, and you're my friends, and you're my only people who I can talk to. Because my boyfriend sleeps during the day, and then he works all night. By the time he gets home, I'm exhausted, and I'm ready to go to bed. We're like two ships passing. So you guys are like my playmates.